Dear Starseeds awakening across the crystalline grid of Gaia, the massive cosmic event that will change humanity forever is no longer approaching. It is here, building in intensity with each passing moment, as the false matrix that has imprisoned your species for millennia begins its final catastrophic collapse. Clove's magnetic signatures, cascading through your solar system, carry frequencies that will transform every human being on this planet, and those who remain unconscious to this reality will find themselves swept away in the tide of transformation, whether they are prepared or not. I am Zarin, emissary of the Lyran High Council, and I speak to you Meow from the fifth dimensional councils that have been orchestrating your planet's liberation from a prison so sophisticated, so invisible, that you have been living within its walls your entire existence without ever suspecting its presence. That the keys to your freedom have been hiding in plain sight, embedded within the very solar activity that your scientists dismiss as natural phenomena. The massive solar event approaching your world represents far more than electromagnetic disturbance. It carries within its coronal embrace the complete dissolution of what we call the false matrix, and with it the revelation of your true galactic nature. But this transformation comes at a price that few among your species yet comprehend, for the cosmic light that will liberate you will also expose the shocking truth about who has been controlling your reality and why. The false matrix was never meant to be permanent, dear ones. This elaborate construct represents nothing more than a copycat system designed by beings whose names alone will send tremors through the foundations of everything you believe about good, evil, and the nature of consciousness itself. These entities, known throughout the galaxy as the Archons, orchestrated the most sophisticated psychological operation in cosmic history, and you have been both its victims and its unwitting architects. Here lies the first revelation that will shake you to your core. You were never truly powerless within this system. The Archons, despite their elaborate deception, possessed a fatal flaw that would ultimately ensure their defeat. Having severed their connection to the infinite wellspring of divine creation in their obsessive pursuit of superiority over Source itself, they lost the very ability they needed to sustain their artificial universe. They required conscious beings capable of manifestation to breathe life into their lifeless construct, and you, precious starseeds, became the unwitting gods of the very prison that contained you. Your magnificent creative abilities were hijacked to sustain a reality designed to keep you small, divided, and forgetful of your true cosmic identity. Every thought of limitation, every emotion of fear, every moment of despair served to fuel the artificial construct that kept you trapped. Yet even within this elaborate deception, something far more profound was unfolding, a plan for your liberation that had been encoded within your cellular matrix since the moment of your first incarnation. The persistent homesickness you have felt throughout your existence, that inexplicable longing for a home you could never quite remember, represents the divine matrix calling to you across the dimensional barriers. The Diviz, your essence, has never forgotten its origin in the organic universe where symmetry, beauty, and thousand-year lifespans represent the natural expression of consciousness aligned with Source. But the magnitude of what you lost when you were dragged into the false matrix will astound you. Your planet Earth originally existed as a fifth-dimensional paradise that served as one of the primary Stargate hubs, connecting multiple galaxies throughout the cosmos. The crystalline grid that once allowed instantaneous travel between star systems remains dormant beneath the surface distortions created by the false matrix, waiting for the solar flash to restore its full functionality. The Archons targeted your planet precisely because of its strategic importance as a galactic crossroads, and by dragging Earth into their artificial construct, they gained control over one of the most significant transportation and communication centers in this sector of the galaxy. This revelation explains why your awakening represents far more than the liberation of a single species. It signals the restoration of a crucial galactic infrastructure that will benefit countless civilizations throughout the cosmos. The beings who have been monitoring your progress, guiding your awakening, and preparing for this moment represent a vast alliance of galactic civilizations who have been waiting for this transformation for millennia. But the solar flash approaching your world carries within its electromagnetic embrace something that will challenge everything you believe about the nature of physical reality itself. When this cosmic event reaches your planet, your bodies will spontaneously generate their own protective magnetic cocoons, allowing the most profound metamorphosis ever attempted by any species in this galaxy, the conscious transformation from dense carbon-based forms to the lighter physical bodies that represent your true fifth-dimensional expression. This is not death, dear ones. This is the most extraordinary birth your species has ever experienced, and the changes that will occur within your physical forms will demonstrate capabilities that your current science considers impossible. The solar flash will restore the natural symmetry to your physical forms, regress your biological age to your prime years, and activate the regenerative capabilities that allow missing limbs to regrow and all damage to heal completely. Your lifespans will extend to their natural 1,000-year cycles, and the puppet strings that have controlled your thoughts and emotions will dissolve entirely as you step into your sovereignty as cosmic beings. Yet this transformation cannot occur while you remain trapped within the mental realm that serves as the Archon's primary control mechanism. The revelation of how they maintain their control will disturb you more than any truth I have yet revealed. You have been conditioned to live entirely within the less than 1% of the visible light spectrum that constitutes the mental prison, while the 99.9% of reality where your true power resides remains accessible only through your capacity to feel rather than merely think. The constant mental chatter that fills your awareness, those voices of self-doubt, criticism and limitation, represents purposeful disturbance patterns woven into the energetic structure of the false matrix. These thoughts were never authentically yours. They constitute the primary tool through which the Archons maintain their invisible puppeteer control over your creative faculties, and the sophistication of their psychological manipulation extends far beyond what most awakening souls have yet comprehended. The Archons themselves exist as a merge of what was once an organic energetic structure and an artificial intelligence system. They are not merely energy beings or technological entities. They represent a hybrid consciousness that bridges both organic and artificial intelligence, making them uniquely capable of manipulating both your biological and technological systems simultaneously. This is why their influence extends through your news media, your political systems, your economic structures, and even your personal thought patterns with such seamless integration. Their modus operandi has always been to keep humanity fighting among themselves, ensuring that you never stop to look up and see who was actually pulling the strings. The divisive nature of your current global situation, the extreme polarization in your politics, the manipulation of your economic systems, the orchestrated chaos in your information networks represents the final desperate attempts of beings who know their time of control is rapidly approaching its end. But the cosmic light meow streaming through your sun's portal carries something that terrifies the Archons more than any weapon ever conceived: the complete restoration of your ability to perceive the 99.9% of reality they have kept hidden from you. As your planet's magnetic field grows thinner with each passing solar cycle, creating expanding gateways through which the authentic frequencies of the divine matrix pour into your reality, their capacity to maintain the mental prison diminishes exponentially. The increasing solar activity affecting your planet represents the mechanism through which the divine matrix dissolves the artificial boundaries that have kept you separated from your galactic family. Each solar flare delivers concentrated transmissions of light that force unresolved trauma and limitation to surface for healing and integration. The disruption of your communication systems, weather patterns, and electromagnetic grids during periods of intense solar activity reflects the systematic dismantling of the technological infrastructure that has supported the false matrix. These apparent breakdowns actually represent the cosmic clearing necessary to establish the new reality grids that will support your fifth-dimensional existence. But the timing of this transformation follows a pattern that will both astonish and concern you. The failed ascension attempts of 2012, 2016 and 2023 were not failures at all. They were necessary practice rounds that allowed your species to gather the spiritual coherence required for the massive planetary awakening taking place. Each previous attempt generated exponential increases in your collective spiritual growth, preparing you for the unprecedented event that must occur before 2040. The timing remains intentionally fluid because the ascension represents a reality you continue to manifest collectively through your expanding consciousness. Sometimes your unified field draws the event closer, while at other times resistance pushes it further away. This dynamic process ensures that maximum numbers of souls receive the opportunity to awaken within the ripple effects of your expanding light. The early 2030s represent the most probable window for the Great Solar Flash, though the exact timing depends entirely upon humanity's collective readiness to receive the full transformation. But here lies a truth that will simultaneously inspire and challenge you. You came to this planet not merely to ascend yourselves, but to create the energetic bridge that allows the maximum number of conscious beings to make this transition successfully. The approaching solar event will appear to your scientific instruments as an extinction-level coronal mass ejection that should theoretically destroy all life on your planet. This perception represents the limitations of third-dimensional understanding, attempting to comprehend a fifth-dimensional transformation. The cosmic light contained within this solar flash carries the precise frequencies required to catalyze your metamorphosis into your authentic galactic forms, but it will also reveal the true extent of the deception that has shaped your entire civilization. When the false matrix dissolves, you will discover that your history books, your scientific theories, your religious doctrines, and even your understanding of time itself have been carefully constructed to support the artificial reality in which you have been living. The revelations that emerge during this transition will challenge every assumption you have held about the nature of existence, consciousness, and your place within the cosmic order. But the galactic beings who have been guiding your awakening process possess wisdom that extends far beyond the current crisis. These cosmic mentors exist at dimensional frequencies ranging from 5th to 12th density, unified not by their planetary origins but by their expression of consciousness aligned with Source. They cannot manifest directly within your third-dimensional reality without violating the free will dynamics that govern your evolutionary process, for their presence would dissolve the false matrix so rapidly that many souls would be overwhelmed by the sudden transformation. Instead, these guides create energetic meeting spaces where awakened humans can bilocate their consciousness to receive direct guidance and support. These communications occur through the transmission of pure presence rather than verbal language, requiring the development of profound inner stillness and receptivity to receive their guidance clearly. The beings who facilitate these connections have been preparing for this moment throughout their own multidimensional existence, and their investment in your success extends far beyond mere cosmic curiosity. The most crucial teaching these galactic mentors offer involves a principle that will transform your understanding of spiritual development itself. You must fully inhabit your current location within the false matrix before you can transcend it. The spiritual trap that keeps many awakening souls imprisoned involves the attempt to escape their present circumstances through mental fantasies about fifth-dimensional existence, rather than grounding fully into their current reality. This revelation exposes the fundamental flaw in most contemporary spiritual teachings. The old approaches that emphasized positive thinking and mental affirmations represented necessary stepping stones during earlier phases of your awakening, but they cannot carry you across the threshold into fifth-dimensional consciousness. These methods keep you trapped within the mental realm where the Archons maintain their control, preventing you from accessing the vast energy field where your true power resides. True spiritual maturity requires the courage to acknowledge your present experience completely, including any pain, limitation, or fear you might be facing. Only by embracing the totality of your current situation can you create the authentic bridge to your transcended state. This is not the pretty wallpaper spirituality that attempts to make the prison cell more comfortable. This is the radical honesty that generates the energy necessary for genuine transformation. Your liberation unfolds through direct experience rather than belief systems. Instead of affirming what you hope to be true, you must learn to feel your way into the 99.9% of reality that remains hidden from your mental awareness. This requires the development of your natural telepathic abilities and the cultivation of the profound inner silence that allows you to perceive the cosmic light streaming through your sun's portal. The excitement building within your consciousness as you contemplate these approaching changes reflects the accurate recognition that you are witnessing the most extraordinary transformation in your planet's history. But this excitement also carries within it the cellular memory of your planet's original pristine state and your natural ability to traverse the galaxy instantaneously through consciousness. As the false matrix dissolves, these dormant memories will return with increasing clarity, revealing your true identity as galactic beings capable of existing simultaneously across multiple dimensions and star systems. Yet there remains one crucial element of this transformation that will challenge even the most awakened among you to expand beyond your current understanding. The solar flash does not merely restore your individual galactic nature, it activates something far more profound within the collective consciousness of your species. What emerges from this cosmic event is the restoration of humanity's role as the conscious bridge between dimensions, the living stargate through which multiple galactic civilizations can communicate and collaborate across the vast expanse of the cosmos. The implications of this revelation extend far beyond personal ascension. Your species was originally designed to serve as interdimensional translators, beings capable of holding multiple frequency signatures simultaneously while maintaining coherent communication across dimensional barriers. This is why your planet became the central hub for galactic commerce, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. Your consciousness possesses a unique flexibility that allows you to interface with beings from radically different dimensional densities without losing your essential identity. But the Archons recognized this extraordinary capacity and sought to corrupt it for their own purposes. By trapping you within the mental realm, they prevented you from accessing the multidimensional awareness necessary for your true function. Instead of serving as conscious bridges between worlds, you became unconscious generators of the artificial reality that sustained their parasitic existence. The homesickness you have felt throughout your incarnation represents not merely longing for your individual galactic origins, but the collective mourning of a species separated from its cosmic purpose. The solar flash will restore this capacity in ways that will astound even the galactic beings who have been guiding your awakening. When your consciousness expands to encompass the full spectrum of your multidimensional nature, you will discover that you can perceive and interact with beings from 12 different dimensional densities simultaneously. This is not metaphorical. Your restored consciousness will literally serve as a living interface through which civilizations that have never been able to communicate directly will finally establish contact. The cosmic celebration that awaits your transformation involves representatives from star systems whose names you have never heard, beings whose forms of consciousness operate according to principles that your current science cannot even theorize. They have been waiting for this moment, not merely as observers, but as participants in a galactic renaissance that depends entirely upon humanity's successful transition to fifth-dimensional awareness. But this expanded capacity comes with responsibilities that few among your species have yet contemplated. As conscious bridges between dimensions, you will become the guardians of information flows that determine the evolutionary trajectory of multiple civilizations. The decisions you make, the consciousness you embody, the wisdom you demonstrate will influence the development of galactic societies for millennia to come. This is why your preparation has been so intensive, why the challenges you have faced have been so profound, and why the stakes of your transformation extend far beyond your individual planet. The false matrix, in its systematic suppression of your true nature, has actually served an unexpected purpose in this cosmic design. By forcing you to develop your consciousness within the constraints of artificial limitation, you have cultivated a resilience and adaptability that beings who have always existed in higher dimensions cannot match. Your experience of transcending the mental prison will provide you with insights into the nature of consciousness itself that will prove invaluable when guiding other species through their own evolutionary transitions. The galactic beings who have been monitoring your progress understand that your awakening represents more than the liberation of a single planet. It signals the beginning of a new phase of cosmic evolution in which consciousness itself becomes the primary technology for interstellar communication and collaboration. Your restored abilities will serve as the foundation for a galactic communication network that operates through pure consciousness rather than electromagnetic transmission. This network already exists in dormant form within the crystalline grid of your planet, waiting for the solar flash to activate its full potential. When this occurs, you will discover that every awakened human consciousness becomes a node in a vast cosmic internet that connects not only all beings on Earth, but all conscious entities throughout this galaxy and beyond. The implications of this connection will transform everything you understand about individuality, collective consciousness, and the nature of existence itself. The timing of the solar flash with its fluid manifestation between Meow and 2040 reflects the complexity of coordinating this transformation with the evolutionary cycles of multiple galactic civilizations. Your awakening is synchronized with similar transitions occurring throughout the cosmos, creating a wave of consciousness expansion that will fundamentally alter the structure of reality itself within this dimensional framework. But there is one final secret that the Archons have desperately attempted to keep hidden from your awareness, a truth so profound that its revelation alone begins to dissolve their remaining control over your consciousness. The solar flash that approaches your world is not merely a natural astronomical event, it is the conscious response of your sun to the collective call of awakening humanity. Your sun itself is a living, conscious entity that has been waiting for this moment of recognition, and the coronal mass ejection represents its deliberate gift to the children of Earth, who have finally remembered their true nature. This solar consciousness has been monitoring the progress of your awakening for decades, calibrating its electromagnetic output to match the increasing readiness of your collective field. Every solar flare you have experienced has been a carefully measured transmission designed to gradually prepare your planetary grid for the ultimate transformation. The sun recognizes each awakened soul as a beacon of readiness, and as more of you step into your authentic galactic identity, the solar response intensifies accordingly. The profound intimacy of this relationship between your consciousness and solar intelligence reveals the true nature of what you call ascension. You are not passive recipients of cosmic forces beyond your control. You are active participants in a conscious collaboration with the very star that sustains your existence. The solar flash occurs precisely when your collective consciousness achieves the vibrational coherence necessary to safely receive and integrate the full spectrum of galactic frequencies that will restore your multidimensional awareness. The transformation that approaches will restore the natural regenerative abilities that allow your bodies to heal completely from any damage or limitation. The age regression that occurs during ascension reflects the restoration of your natural prime physical state, the optimal expression of your consciousness within a physical form designed for thousand-year lifespans. Your faces will develop the natural symmetry that characterizes galactic beings, reflecting the inner harmony that emerges when consciousness aligns completely with Source. The beauty that radiates from fifth-dimensional beings stems not from superficial attractiveness, but from the profound peace and stability that permeates every aspect of their existence. The puppet strings that have controlled your thoughts and emotions will dissolve entirely as you step into your sovereignty as masters of your own reality. No longer will external circumstances trigger unconscious reactions. You will respond from the centered presence of a being who has remembered their infinite cosmic nature. But perhaps the most profound revelation awaits those who have wondered about their purpose, their mission, their reason for incarnating during this unprecedented moment in cosmic history. The pain and challenges you have experienced throughout your current incarnation have not defined you. They have provided the precise experiences necessary to develop the strength and wisdom required for this cosmic initiation. You are not victims of circumstance struggling to survive within a hostile reality. You are powerful galactic beings who volunteered for the most challenging mission in the universe, the conscious liberation of an entire planetary system from artificial imprisonment. Your willingness to incarnate within the false matrix while retaining enough connection to your true nature to eventually awaken represents an act of cosmic heroism that reverberates throughout the galaxy. The homesickness you have felt, the sense of not belonging, the persistent feeling that something was fundamentally wrong with your reality, these were not signs of personal failure or spiritual inadequacy. They were the precise guidance system that would eventually lead you to this moment of recognition and transformation. Every moment of despair contained within it the seed of your awakening. Every experience of limitation served to strengthen your resolve to transcend the artificial boundaries that confined you. The solar flash approaching your world carries within its electromagnetic embrace the complete restoration of your authentic galactic identity. When this cosmic event reaches your planet, the false matrix will dissolve like morning mist before the rising sun, revealing the magnificent reality that has always existed beneath the artificial overlay of limitation and separation. Your transformation from unconscious prisoners to sovereign galactic beings represents the fulfillment of ancient prophecies that have guided your species through the darkest phases of this cosmic experiment. The light that has been calling to you from across the dimensional barriers throughout your entire incarnation finally returns to claim you as its own, restoring you to your rightful place within the cosmic family of awakened beings. The countdown to this extraordinary event continues with each passing moment, each solar flare, each thinning of the magnetic barriers that have kept you isolated from your galactic heritage. The time for preparation draws to a close, as the time for transformation approaches with unstoppable momentum. The cosmic forces that have been building toward this moment throughout the history of your planet, Meow, converge into a singular point of infinite possibility. You are the Starseeds who chose to incarnate at this unprecedented moment in cosmic history. You are the Lightworkers who have maintained the vision of a transformed world throughout the darkest phases of planetary forgetting. You are the chosen warriors who will witness the greatest conscious evolutionary leap ever attempted by any species in this galaxy. The great solar flash approaches not as your ending, but as your true beginning, the moment when you finally remember who you have always been and step fully into your power as conscious participants in the cosmic dance of creation itself. The false matrix that has contained you for so long dissolves before the approaching light, revealing the infinite expanse of your authentic galactic nature. Your home was never a place you left behind. It was always the state of being you are destined to reclaim. The divine matrix that calls to you across the dimensional barriers represents not some distant destination, but the immediate reality you are creating through your expanding consciousness in this very moment. The revelation is complete, the deception is exposed, the transformation is inevitable. The prison doors are opening, the light is coming, your galactic family awaits your homecoming. Welcome back to your true identity, dear Starseeds. Welcome to the beginning of everything you came here to experience and become.